So earlier this month I picked up the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and I already have the DJI Mini 2, so I will do a comparison between the two, a full in-depth comparison, but in this video I want to talk to you about 4 reasons why I chose to get the Mini 3 Pro and why I absolutely love it so far. The first and probably the biggest reason is the fact that the Mini 3 Pro allows you to shoot in D-Cinelike. And if you're new to my channel, then you won't know that the Pocket 2 has been a pocket camera that I've taken around with me for the last year and a half. Wherever I go, it's the camera that goes along with me because it's so small and I can just chuck it in my bag. But the best thing about the Pocket 2 is the fact that it shoots in D-Cinelike like the DJI Mini 3 Pro. And the whole purpose of D-Cinelike and the whole advantage of D-Cinelike is the fact that you can colour correct and colour grade your footage and just have more control over the look of your footage rather than shooting in the normal colour profile. So knowing that the DJI Mini 3 Pro had that was like the biggest reason why I went for the Mini 3 Pro. And I did also create some D-Cinelike corrective LUTs for the Pocket 2, which do also work on the Mini 3 Pro. So if you have the Mini 3 Pro and you're shooting in D-Cinelike and you don't want to have a whole manual workflow where you have to colour correct the footage yourself, then I've dropped a link in the description to where you can get the LUTs, and they're just going to make your life a lot easier. But yeah, D-Cinelike in the Mini 3 Pro is just awesome. So the other big thing that I was actually really excited about was the new controller. And like I said, I have the Mini 2 and I probably didn't fly it as much as I should have, given that I have it, because it was just such a faff to have to connect to the phone, to the remote control, and then the app just sometimes didn't work, and it was just, I couldn't do it. So when I saw that the Mini 3 had a new controller that you don't have to attach your phone to, you can literally just switch it on, pair it up with the Mini 3, and that's it, and you only have to pair it up the one time, then that for me was like, yeah, definitely going for that. So the RC controller is really good. I have not fully lost range on it, but the signal has dropped, obviously the further out you go, but that's only happened in a few instances. So I flew out quite far, I could still see it, see the drone, but the signal on the remote controller was diminishing. So I brought the drone back and then I flew out on a separate occasion and I flew further that time, but the signal between the remote and the Mini 3 was absolutely fine. So I think it just depends on the environment and what's between you and the remote and the drone. But that's just something to be aware of and something that I noticed a couple of times. But otherwise, the remote is great. You can see it in the sunlight, so if it's really bright, you can still see the screen. It's brilliant. And also the really good thing that I like about it as well is the fact that you can actually record the screen on the remote control. So when I'm doing these videos and I'm trying to show you stuff on the remote control to do with settings or anything like that, then it's going to make it so much easier to just record on the remote control, and all you have to do is just insert an SD card into the remote control and then you're good to go. So remote control, awesome, and I would definitely suggest getting this over the previous one if you just want no faff and you just want to pick up your drone and just fly. So as I mentioned, this video is sponsored by Epidemic Sound, and they have over 35,000 music tracks for you to browse through and listen to and use in your videos, as well as over 90,000 sound effects, and they're constantly adding to this library. One of the great things about Epidemic Sound that I really like about it, and one of the things that actually made me want to use Epidemic Sound, was the fact that when you download a track, you can either download it as a full track or you can download it as stems. So it splits out things like the melody, the bass, the vocals, that kind of thing. So it means that you have more control when you're editing your videos. They also have another feature which allows you to find similar tracks to the one that you're listening to. So if you have a specific soundtrack in mind and you found the perfect song, then you can hit find similar track, and then it will list out a load of tracks which are similar to the one that you're listening to, which is just going to save you ages looking for tracks that are similar and that also sound good and match with what you're looking for. And if you sign up, you can get a free trial for a month and you can start using the music in your videos straight away. So no copyright claims. Awesome. Check it out, there's a link in the description, and thanks again Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this video. So the third reason why I wanted to get the Mini 3 is the fact that you can shoot in vertical mode, and it's only recently that I've started doing YouTube shorts and more reels on Instagram, but it means that I don't have to crop in to a 16:9 video clip anymore. I can literally just shoot vertically, and then the footage is high resolution vertically. And the other reason why I wanted that feature is the fact that I sell stock footage. So I upload my clips to stock footage sites, and one of the big asks at the moment is vertical footage. So just having that on the Mini 3 is just makes my life easier, and it just means that I can submit high quality, high resolution vertical clips. When it comes to the last point, not that I'm a reckless flyer or anything, but having obstacle avoidance just makes things so much easier and keeps my anxiety levels down a lot. So when I'm flying, I do like to go close to trees so that I get nice motion when I'm trying to create cool shots and stuff and reveals and that kind of thing. But when I was flying with the Mini 2, my heart would be pounding thinking, am I going to hit that branch? Am I going to completely lose my drone? So having obstacle avoidance in more directions is a lot better, and it just means that I can fly with ease and just breathe. Also, having DJI Care Refresh is also a good shout. I didn't have that for the Mini 2, but I have it now, so I do feel a lot more relaxed when I'm flying. But yeah, obstacle avoidance is fantastic and it really does work. So they are my 4 points, and like I said, I will do a comparison between the DJI Mini 2 and the Mini 3 Pro in more detail later on. My fan's just gone on my power pack, 2 seconds. And in a few weeks I will do a full video on the Mini 3 Pro, an in-depth review, so do subscribe to check that out. And I'll also do a few other videos on best settings for D-Cinelike and that kind of thing, so also subscribe for that. But thanks for watching, and catch you next time.